Hello and welcome to Schmuck Things. And today we're going to be looking at the OP12 leaders, which I can actually just pull up right now. How do I pull up OP12, right? We're going to be looking at Red Rayleigh, Blue Kuzan and Blue Purple Sanji, Koala, Rosinante, and Zoro. And we're just going to go over each of the matchups and how my personal tank list, this one specifically, plays into them, how I approach them. Really, this is a little more, I guess, focused than most of my normal stuff. But we're just gonna be hitting the OP12 matchups and seeing how the games play out with tank. There's been a lot of worry with Red Rayleigh. I've seen a lot of conversation about Red Rayleigh, about Zoro, and also, really, we'll just pull them all up real quick. There we go, Kuzan. This is the one. Yes, I've seen a lot of conversation about Kuzan. So I'm interested to actually try this matchup out. I haven't played it super extensively, but from my personal experience, it seemed fairly favored. So yeah, we'll just check them all out, and let's get right to it. Alright, we have Beckman. We're taking first curve. This hand looks decent enough because we have searchers. I will take the big guy. Divine Departure is good for 7. I want a 9 cost. Yeah. Do I ever want to rush? I'm gonna take a 9 cost. Unsurprisingly. We can play this on 7. We can play this. Actually, maybe we play this on 7 actually. And then we can play this after. And then we can play this a little later. He has a Garp. He has a Zephyr. He's curving out. Whatever. Mystery opened on. We are going to do this. This prevents a leader swing next turn. I guess it already prevented that because he's probably going to play Kuzan here. Yep. Do I want to divine this? I think I want to divine this. So I play 9 costs and he has another. If he goes into Garp Kuzan next turn, I'm pretty boned. So we're just gonna 9 cost for 6. Or, sorry, mining for 6. Yeah, Garp combo. Garp. Sakazuki. He has space to develop Sakazuki here. Yeah. For sure. Can't swing at leader again. Yep. We'll go. I think I'm gonna opt for 7 and then 7. We'll just leave Tudon up for Igloo. Good red rock here. I wish I had a little more top end. Maybe I should have taken a Rush Shanks. Well, no, I guess I took this, right? So it's the same amount of top end. Doesn't really matter. Okay, we're doing Sengoku Hama, which means no Garp. At least no Garp immediately, right? He does get a Garp for next turn, but that's a little slow, which I'm okay with. Sakazuki is on board, which is unfortunate. We can KO Shanks this. Yeah, Kuzan, sure. That's fine. He's not removing it, which is important. It's sticking on board at the very least. He wants to leave... Ooh, that's rough. I'm gonna cash out on Igloo here, I think. We're still at 5 life, for sure, but... I want to minimize how much damage we take. We're going into this turn because I'm going to be very vulnerable. We'll just pass. Now he's kind of like one big body behind. He can't, like, he can Kuzan, right? This is going to be Garp Kuzan. We're going to see the third Kuzan. We are going to see the third Kuzan. So we can stop this big swing, but he's sort of running low on cards. Okay, he was. I guess I forgot he didn't drop him yet. This is going to eat a swing no matter what. I'm just going to 2K this. This guy's going to get obliterated. That's fine. And this will be at life. That's perfect. That's lucky, but that's perfect. And luck is a skill, right? We'll go 5. We will go 10. Get Pheasant Peck out of the way. He's down to 3 cards in hand. We will go KO and hit. These are all the same, right? I'll just hit Kuzan, that's fine. You still have that Hina? No. Okay. He did search a Hina in like the first couple of turns. Happens long. Cavendish is super slow, so we're in a good spot. This is a Red Rock, of course. If this is Red Rock, that's pretty tough. But if this is not Red Rock or Kuzan, he's not getting past these 2 things, right? And this is gonna take out 2 guys. I will leader effect 1K. If he wants to go really big into this, he'll probably get it. I don't know how big he'd go. Do I ever counter this? Nah, it's fine. We have 2 more big bodies. That's good. Die. Really? Sure. Die. Search. I'll take you for next turn. And we'll search again. I need 6 for Shanks. I need 1 more to clear the Kuzan, so we'll grab just a 2K. Then I'll go Kuzan. That will pass. Next turn, we're probably just going to play like the 4-cost Shanks. We'll keep trashing. Go to that swing. We're both grindy decks, but the difference between his grinds that he's going to try to kind of... He's going by like blue-purple. You have to treat this like the blue-purple Luffy matchup, except his leader is smaller. You're trying to grind out blue-purple. Well, that's not true. You want to try and kill blue-purple kind of early, right? You want to chain your bosses and remove his board when you can, but otherwise you wouldn't be poking at life. 7 Dawn is suspicious. I don't know what 7 Dawn is for. But he's not clearing these, right? If he tries to, we'll just save them. I'm willing to give... Ooh, Pudding. That's a bad Pudding. How many cards did I just have? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I feel like I did not have enough cards to warrant a Pudding. 10. Oh, I misplayed. I should not have killed the Garp. I should have played this for cheap. Am I still gonna play it? Probably not. We'll just go 4-cost. We'll go 7 life. Yeah. It's not gonna matter too much because we're in a great spot here, but that was a misplay for what it's worth. It's actually one I make quite often. I forget that that's how that works because it's so ingrained into my mind that you always swing before you clear bodies. But from here, we win. This is how the matchup went in my very limited testing of Kuzan. So, I don't know. Maybe learn from this. I got kind of lucky with the top decks, but on the other hand, I also searched 4 times and didn't see those cards, so luck balances out. I didn't see them at first, but I did dig 20 deep for them. Or at least 20. I think it was actually 25. Didn't I play a search event? It was a different game. We'll just go that here. He's just out of stuff, right? There's nothing he can do here. Sure. Sweet. And that's game. That's what you do. It's very similar to Blue Purple. But instead of spamming 9k bodies, they spam 8ks. And their on plays are, generally speaking, less impactful. The only thing you have to watch out for is Kuzan. And he did see 3 of them that game, I think. There was 3, right? Nope, arrow, not that button. Yeah, there was 3 Kuzans that I think went to play. So, you gotta watch out for that, but otherwise, it's not too bad. They also can deck out, which I think this guy was relatively close to doing. But the moment they can't, it's like Lucci, the moment they can't answer a big body, they lose. Because if you have 2 on the field at once, the most they can do is develop a body, install one, or develop a body, or not develop a body and remove one. And both of those suck when everything you're playing is 10k or 12k. Which is also naturally 2k over everything in their deck, right? But yeah, hopefully this was informational, and let's move on. Okay, here we have Zoro. We're gonna take second. This hand is literally just 2k, so we're gonna mulligan. This is rough, but if we can get a 4-cost Shanks, we're not in a bad spot. We get 9 costs to go with it. No, but a rush forward. I definitely probably should have taken Beckman there, honestly. Kind of just on autopilot after that Kuzan game. But top end's really good into this deck. Do I ever want to counter this? Kinda. We can give a 2k. We'll give Uta. Dang. So he's getting Tashigi here on curve, which is rough, but we get out of it for 1 card, right? -1, and we will trash. I think I'm going to trash Lucky Root here. I want to play Yasop next turn, and we eat the 5k life as well. We got a Beckman anyway. We're in a fine spot. I'll search. I want more 9-cost Shanks. I feel like I'm okay just chaining 10s. Because we also don't have like a surge of counter events in our hand. On the other hand, we do have 4-cost Shanks. So do I really need more 2Ks? No. This sucks. I actually don't know what I want to take here. I'll grab the boss monster. And then I'll play Yasop, and we'll just play Flight 6. There's, I think, an argument to swing this. Because he can rest it again. But I would rather not, because if we swing this, then he doesn't have to rest it. He can just, like, play Cavendish. Yeah, he's playing Cavendish anyway. Is this Cavendish into Kawina? Cavendish into Kawina is definitely what I would consider cringe. Looks like it's just Cavendish. If he's gonna swing 9 after, I'll just take both, honestly. I'm not terribly stressed about going low on life in this matchup. Nope, it's gonna be Piranha. Cool. We can just leader effect 2k. What is this? What is this? What is... I want to read the card, please. This sucks. Got it. No swing at me. Got it. Cool. Koshiro? Koshiro. We're gonna remove Beckman this turn, and then we're gonna swing here, I think. And I think that all starts with 5k life. Okay. And then this is already 6k, so we're gonna go 7 at 6. Because Beckman specifically trashes and not KL. So we can just remove this on curve. 32k. Pop. And then I can go 6 into 6. Do I want to? Is it kind of greedy? We already have a rested body for him to swing into, so I don't actually mind. We'll just get more cards out of hand. Or he's out of counter already. That works too. He goes Mihawk here. We can respond with any of our bodies. Probably 9-cost Shanks to start. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do this, and then... I don't know what this Dawn's for is the issue, right? I'm going to skip this effect for this turn, and we're just going to give a 2K. Okay, we are... This is dead, and then this is going to go here, and this is also dead. No trigger. That's a good card, though. I might actually play that this turn. We'll play that in tandem with this. So we can go here, buff our leader, save 2 Dawn. He has 1 Dawn open here, so we're gonna go... See, he blocked, like, what was effectively a 1k counter last turn. So I'm betting he's pretty bricked right now. So I'm just gonna go 7, 7, 8, and we're gonna reduce this so he doesn't get free Paradise Waterfall value. You could also have just Paradise this. It's not how that works, buddy. 8 here. You have a 2k? Oh, pass turn. I get the feeling we were pretty likely to get rid of that Mihawk anyway, just by swinging at life. We have Igloo up. Next turn we can go into... probably a KO Shanks of Smoker's Landing. Maybe we can go for game next turn. He's pretty bricked, right? Depends on how much counter he has. We'll just minus that. Just 8. Plus 3 or minus 2. He can't swing at anything anymore because he can't re-attack Yasop. Well, I guess he can if he does his restand event. But if he does his restand event, I'm pretty sure we just kill him. That's fair. That's fair. I'll give it 2k. This is hard. I'm gonna start with... So, actually... I can go 11 at the Sashiki, remove it, and then we have... Divine Departure to get rid of this guy. And we can still split at life. If we go 10 here and he counters... That's bad. If I go for game this turn, I have a lot of good swings. What if we start with 7 at leader? No. We'll go 11. We can just Divine Departure. We have 9k counter in hand. If he wants to double restand event, that's going to cost him 6 Dawn, which means he's going to swing 999. We can get out of that. So I'm even going to just leave Dawn open this turn. Let's see. I think we're in a fine spot, though. There's not a lot that can happen from here I'm terribly worried about. Zoro's incredibly bricky, so it's important just to have that information in mind. We also have a backup Lime Juice to stop a chump blocker. If I save this, do I win? I want to do the math real quick. So we have 4 swings. He needs to stop 2 of them. We can go 1, 2, 3. We can put 4 here. So 6. We can put 2 here. That leaves us with a 4. So we have 9, 9, 9, 11. I feel like the chance that he can stop 4 or 3 9s and 11 is really low. Because this would have to be like Dead Man's Game. Oh, if he has Paradise, though, this sucks. I don't know, I still think he's bricked. So I'm going to gamble and go for it. We know earlier he was sitting on a lot of bricks, right? And it's been a while since then, sure. But hopefully logic still applies. I can also KO Shanks, and we can go 5, 7, or 5, 6, 7, 10. Which is really good if he has Paradise. He is running Paradise. Okay, yeah, so if we go KO Shanks, what does he have to for counter? 1k, 2k, 2k, 1k. Versus 2k, 2k, 1k. Wait, versus, I guess, what? Okay, you know what? No, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with 8. Okay, so that's odd. I guess we'll go 11. $14. Doesn't really matter I put my Dawn here because it's going to be not an even number. But I still want to try and rip as much counter. I think I'm going to go 7. Sure. And then 12. And he's dead? He's dead. Okay. Whew. So he couldn't have gone for game last turn. We had the 4 2Ks for his triple 9. And I don't think there's any way for him to live another turn there. But this can be a scary matchup, I won't lie. I think I should have defended this a little bit harder. But all things considered, I feel like you saw a really solid curve that game, and we still held up pretty well. And just keep in mind, this deck is super bricky. They run, I mean, this one was running Smoker, and like this is a non-standard card, but they're going to be running Mihawk and Tashigi and Dead Man's Game and Paradise, and they're also running the Pirate King. And they might be running Smoker. That's a really strong slash card, right? Are there any other bricks in this deck that I'm forgetting at the moment? Yeah, Hody Jones as well. Where is he? He's right here somewhere. He's right here. Hody Jones as well. I mean, there's so much to not like. You cannot underestimate this guy's hand. It's really, really difficult. There's so little counter in this deck because he can remove bodies and he's an aggro deck. But with the amount of power down we have, it's usually pretty manageable. But yeah, that's Zoro, and let's see what deck we come across next. Okay, we're moving into Rayleigh this game. We're going to take second. Interesting hand. It's not very good. I'm going to mulligan. Yep, double searcher. These are rough. These are kind of. We're going to, I guess, try to find a 4-cost Shanks to get these out of hand soon enough, but this looks like a pretty bricky match. We'll take Lucky Row on curve. 4-cost? No 4-cost for us. I'll take that. Pass. These Utus are really important in this matchup because they're like the only thing that's not slash type. Because a lot of our deck is just Shanks nowadays. Oh, this is a fun card. I don't see this super often. We'll go 5 leader. Through and pass. This can't be killed by what? Strike? No, is that the other one? This is the other one I'm thinking of. This one's just a fake vanilla. Got it. It's a 2K, but it's a fake vanilla. This deck does have a lot of 2Ks, but they're also all of his events. So it's kind of 50-50, right? He doesn't want to use them as 2Ks. And they're not bodies. But they still do serve as 2K counter for a character or a Rayleigh. Yep, this makes sense. Is it into Sanji? Yep. I think we don't draw Jinbei. We didn't swing this turn. Well, we have another Lucky Roo we can play, or we can go Divine Departure. I like the idea of another Lucky Roo. So I'm just gonna swing a nice little 6. This is kind of a bad showing because we're getting multiple Lucky Roos. If you don't high roll like this, you could opt for Divine Departure on this turn to remove this Luffy. And that just removes like the biggest body he has in his deck. Otherwise, you can also go for maybe honestly just swinging, like splitting with this Uta. Or if you have a 4-cost Shanks, that's also a good play here too. But either way, he's losing quite a couple swings this turn. This should not swing first. This should swing first. We have backwind next turn anyway, we're in a fine spot. I'm gonna take the first swing. I'm gonna take this first swing here. If Igloo for later, that's pretty solid. Once we go a 7k leader, we're actually like in a really nice spot. So this Rayleigh deck, this leader likes to swing big. It's not like Zoro where they swing really, really wide. They actually almost prefer to go tall in a lot of scenarios. However, Zoro's whatever. I don't really care. I'll give a 2k, I guess. We'll start with 2 here, I guess. Sure. I can go 5 at this and then Beckman. It's a little risky, I think, but we have a lot of life still, and we still have this like move up. Once we Beckman here, this game's functionally over. I think it's going to go on a while longer, but he has no board and we're moving into the late game. And I can start chaining these 9 costs pretty healthily. I'm like, what's he going to do about it? Oh, this is the cool Zoro card. This is the cool Rush card. Let's Never Doubt, Radical Beam, sure. He also runs really low on hand size. This deck plays a lot of cards out of hand. Oh, 2 Jimbas! You spoil me, buddy. One of them's very promptly going to die to Lucky Bro. I wonder what 2 events he's going to show me. Okay. Hot take, I'm actually going to kill this one, so he swings this one. So I want more bodies to attack into next turn. That. So I can just leader effect, okay, or I can just leader effect the swing. He wants to save Dawn for Rad Beam, which I don't disagree with, but I also think it's a little just unfortunate because he's really low on life. So we'll go. Oh, this is still a 5k body. 7 to 5. He just conquers hockey all of a sudden. No. Oh, kill Luffy. Cool. Pass turn. Sure. Nami search into what? Oh, the new Luffy. Oh no, this Luffy. Okay, cool. Dang. Alright, alright. You gonna swing 8 at me? I'm a 7k bud. That's not gonna work. Yup. At least we have hand knowledge. We'll just go back up to 7k lead, and we'll go 7, 7, 10. We're chilling. One, I think, really relevant thing that's shown off in this matchup quite well is how consistent, or not this matchup, but this series of games. I fear when I'm recording a lot that it seems like a high roll, and I hope it doesn't come off that way. I try not to post games that just seem like I'm winning, but every game that has been shown in this recording has been recorded in a row. Like, do I have the... This is the Zoro that we slammed 12-2 like 7 minutes ago. Like, the consistency of running the 8 searchers is how you get games like this more often. Otherwise, your deck... Otherwise, you kind of have to rely on a little more luck. No. We have Lucky Root for next turn, and we have also, like, Lucky Root... Actually, we have Game. I know, it doesn't matter what we have. We have Game. 2k. It's okay. Yup. You got him. Okay. Like, this is luck. But also, this might be, like, quote-unquote bad manners, but I'm gonna just clear board this turn. I don't see any reason to push lethal here when we can swipe. I'm a very safe player. There's 100% consistency in the method of just clearing his board this turn. He has double Rad Beam too, so like he probably wouldn't have died to lethal, actually. Well, I guess he was on 1 life. Or 2 life? I think it was. He was on 2. He could have survived last turn. And then we're kind of just in a bad spot. But he's just playing up bodies. This is over. I'm surprised these 9-cost Shanks were as good as they were here. I haven't played into Rayleigh that much with specifically Shanks. But I'm surprised that these 9-cost Shanks were as good. I usually find them to be like a little risky in these aggro matchups. What are you buffing? You're just gonna keep showing me these 2 Rad Beams so I do not forget. And then we'll go 11. Death. 9. 11. 13. 15. Another Rad Beam. Alright. Yep. This is over-exaggerated, I guess, due to luck of the curve, but again, with 8 searchers, you should be able to find something similar in most games. Maybe not this many 9 Shanks, but you'd probably lean more into Beckman's if you're not finding these. And even Rush Shanks, any kind of top end in this matchup, besides KO Shanks, is super strong. I mean, Rush Shanks mutilates their board, and they are a go wide deck. They're a go wide deck that also goes tall, but they are a go wide deck. I will say this Rayleigh list, from what I understand, looks a little weird. These are just additional bodies. I don't have any complaints about them, but I don't recognize Rad Beam or Gum Slap. What? No, where'd that go? I want to see that card again. Oh, this is for chump blockers. I guess that's relevant in like the Zoro matchup. But yeah, that's Rayleigh. And let's move on to what I suspect to be the less relevant matchups of the meta. What is it? Kuzan? Not Kuzan. It's Sanji, Koala, and Rosinante. We'll see if we can breeze through these real quick. But yeah, GG's, and let's continue. Okay, here we have Koala. We are going first, which is actually my preferred curve for this matchup. And I go over why in a second. We're going to take the search event here. Because mainly I really want Beckman's. Beckman and Yasop are like the 2 most important cards of this matchup, in my opinion. If he goes second, he plays like really heavily on curve. So he doesn't actually get that much pressure at lead. Like he can play Hack here, and the next turn he plays Kuma, and then he'll play Dragon, right? That's like his quote-unquote ideal curve. Which means he's just swinging 5s at leader every turn, and then late game, if we're healthy enough, can just completely not care about dropping our big bodies. If he Robins us, we're just going to give these 2 away. Zeus? That's fine. We can just Beckman this next turn then. That's good. Big swing, I'll take it. Another Beckman. I cast die. Sweet. Yeah, and like if we have if we have 9 Shanks in this position, we can just drop it next turn, right? Because we're still on 4. That's the thing with Koala. This is also just going to get Beckman. Do I ever take this? I don't need to take this. Taking this is unnecessary. This is going to be a very clean sweep. I'm going to throw this match in just because it's incredibly short. I mean, Dragon, sure. You can Dragon into Hack, probably. Yeah. That's also just gonna get Beckman. Sure. Trigger. I'm gonna go 6 and hold 2 for Igloo. I can go 9. I don't think I need to. I'll swing 7. Yeah, he has Waxing Fist anyway. We have Igloo this turn. We're fine. Sure, another Hack. Koala? Or another Hack? Sure. Play Karsu. That's fine. We'll just Igloo now. So this can't swing into our Beckmans. Is he gonna rest this? Probably. Yeah, he'll swing on this. He'll swing on this. Do I just go for lethal? Well, he conceded. He left. I was actually opting to consider playing 9-cost Shanks. If you do the math, we have, like, a bunch of 9s. He can block 2 of them, and then he literally doesn't have enough cards to counter the rest, actually, so enough. This is guaranteed lethal. I guess that's Koala. You didn't see Robin or Kuma on Curve, so I'm hesitant to include this in any form. But that's Koala, I guess. It's short, I'll throw it in, why not? I'll get another Koala game. I'll try. It's Rosinante! And we opened Double Searcher again, and I swear to God, look, this was the Koala game, okay? I'm not scamming. This, I can't. I can't make it up. I can't. I wish I could. This is an awesome hand. These laws get by the Rosie's on KO effect. I don't know. He plays. This is perfect. Oh, another 9-cost Shanks for his inevitable 8k bodies. Please and thank you. A boss monster he can't remove? Maybe. I'm gonna take this as for a body next turn. Take this for a body on 6. Maybe. We'll see. No. Is it the thing? What the? Hey, look, we get Jesus Christ. Okay. So this pudding's comically gonna die to Lakiru. Potentially, and I think that's really funny. Because it is. And that's official, yeah. This is great. I don't know how many of you are actively struggling with the Rosinante matchup. If you are, you just spam these guys. This deck lives and dies by its AK bodies. And that's kind of it. He's not even like, is he searching for the blocker law? Okay, there's, yeah, see, AK bodies. This is... I don't know. I don't know what to say. You can just kind of vomit these up on the field. Oh, another leader effect. I feel like he should have taken second here. Sure, I don't really care, bud. Bam. Bam. I'm so tempted to swing 5 right now. Get boned. We're doing it anyway. Be really fun if he took this. Double 2k. That's pretty sweet. We got like 2,000 extra counter that turn for no reason. Sweet. Yeah, and he can play his AK body, and then we're gonna go Shanks into Shanks into Shanks. And I'm a 6k leader. That's tough, man. I don't know, I do really enjoy this deck. I don't want to shut on this deck. I think this deck is super cool. But this matchup is this is rigged beyond belief. This is like unfair. I don't know. Wait, he can't use this because of pudding. Sure. We'll pivot to Beckman this turn. Yeah, that's kind of funny. He couldn't use his 7-cost law effect because of pudding. It's weird. Sure, you can murder him. I don't mind. Yeah, so now he can Dawn minus with leader and play 7 costs. Then we go this into this into this. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll take our first life of the match in a second. He can't even like really swing this. Yeah, he has to swing. I'll take. Yeah, sure, trigger. Oh, that sucks. I have a Hongo. You can't swing that super safely, bud. I don't know about that. 7 life. We'll just go Uta and Igloo. This is a fun deck for me. I enjoy playing against Law. I think Law's fun. We get out of their swings. He has like 2 cards in hand. It'd be really funny if he scooped right now. It's actually not an unreasonable thing to do in this position, just because he has nothing else to do. I mean, the game's still going, right? I could be bricked. Sure. I don't really care. Wow. Wow. We spam these 2. Oh, or not. Get a 2K counter. Search. Take a look here. We went up and counter, that's worth it, right? I'm gonna go here. Just because he has 2 life and he can quite easily take it. And we can just get this Law instead and either pull more cards out of hand or something. Actually, I'm kind of interested that he's running Lami in general. I don't personally run this card. I uploaded a video a couple days ago on this deck. I had a lot of fun with it. I run the 3-cost Searcher, and my entire deck was kind of just built around that. He can take a life, that's fine. He needs to see like a heal Law. Or a blocker, I guess. He can block her up some more. There you go, he has a heal Law. He can... Oh, yeah, he didn't have a Supernova to heal with. That's funny. He has 1 card in hand, though, right? We get out of the swing really handily. Cool. I'll take it, I don't really care. Rev Lethal. Probably, yeah. 7 die. GG's. Yeah. This matchup is like super chill. There's not a lot they can do. If he had seen a better curve. Oh, was he running? Yeah, I don't know about this pudding. This pudding actually counteracts use because you can't play this on curve. But if he was running like the 3-cost Searcher package, it'd be I think it's a little bit better just because you get much more draw power and you don't kind of like fade out like game with your hand size. But yeah, you can do whatever. You can sandbox this deck basically. These bodies don't do enough on the field into Shanks that they're warrant, honestly, this warrant to like even be playing them when I can just play these for cheaper. My 6-cost 10k is a lot better than their 7-cost 8k, even if it's buffing board, right? That's kind of the argument here. I think that actually applies to a lot of the matchups in OP12. A lot of the decks are capping out at 8k power, which is really interesting because like Kuzan obviously is, Zoro's like topping off at Mihawk, Koala's topping off at Dragon, this is topping off at, you know, this Law, I guess, which is 9k, but still mainly these 2, which is 8 and 9. I don't even think, what are the other 2 leaders? Like Sanji's not even playing them, playing big bodies and really small bodies. OP12 is a really nice set for tank Shanks because of how many of these 8k bodies are just around. But, I mean, yeah. This is fine. We'll move on, and we'll maybe get a Koala. We'll try to knock out a Sanji. Alright, here we have Sanji. I'm just gonna take second. We'll see what happens. Yup. That's... That's 2 Searchers. We'll take Divine Departure. We will take... Shanks. I know Shanks gets answered next turn, but I also know that the other cards there aren't worth it, right? So, let's see. I get out of this for free. Five. Six. Alright, if he answers this, he still took a life, so I didn't really lose anything. Other than maybe a search. Rochette Blow just lowers the power. He uses both bursts to draw. He uses both bursts to bounce. That's 2 down. I'll just counter this. I don't... If he wants to swing this, he can swing this. He can't really swing it right now. I'm just going to try and, I guess, be aggressive. I don't have a huge plan for this matchup. We have Divine Departure if he drops a Reiju, which is good. Nice. This isn't actually immune to removal. It just has a bunch of buffs that are randomly applied to it, which I think is super funny. But, let's see, we're going to go... do I ever take this? Sure, what's the worst that can happen? This Shanks isn't bad. I'm going to nuke you and go 6, 7. This is actually the second time I've played this matchup. The first one didn't get included because of... Well, he left like halfway through. Which was fair at the time, but still. Rochette Blow, sure. I don't really care. We'll play this first to maybe bait the Red Rock. And then if he doesn't Red Rock it, we can just go into this and we have like 2 big swings and still leader. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know a lot about this deck, I'll just be honest, I'm not very familiar with it. He only has 1 Both Burst left, which means his card draw is about to be severely limited if he's not running Peel Off. Well, I guess his true card draw, I should say. Is this finally gonna swing? Oh my god. This is funny because it's actually kind of a tragic misplay. Because I get to swing 12 into 6 on curve, which is quite strong. No, I would have gone 9-cost Shanks, but I just want to quote-unquote remove this body. Die. Sure, that's fine. Does he have Red Rock? He has Red Rock. I think he can turn this around. He's looking for it, at least. After he's Both Burst, sure, draw. He whiffs on this thing. He has no Red Rock this turn. That's a good sign. This is gonna be a 7, and then another swing, so I'll just 2k this. Yep. And then I can honestly just nuke this. I feel like that's fair. And we just go 5-12. And I think this is more or less over by this point. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But it's just unfortunately like 1 turn late, right? Take this, and then play it. We had one anyway, but it's worth it to search just because we have it on. A lot of his 1-Don events are +4 between Konkasei and Giant, so I see no reason to just swing 8 over 7. Sure, that's fine. And that's fine too, but you still have to deal with this. He's getting a lot of events and trash. This is getting quite big. You get a 2k. I want to go 9-16. This forces a Gum Giant, and then at least 1,000 more counter. And then if he has double Gum Giant, he's going to need 2 more 2Ks afterwards. Oh, he's out of counter. Yep. There goes that. He's almost decking out. What is that? 34, 35, 36, 37? He had 13 cards left in deck. My god. But yeah, this matchup just works like every other matchup. You'll notice that when playing tank, your win condition is spamming bodies. And I think this is actually getting shown off a lot better in these games than it was with the actual OP12 guide. It's your win condition is mostly just drop this over and over again, and sometimes you sprinkle in the KO and the rush. This works. This is an incredible card, even if you're paying full price for it. And a lot of these matchups I am, but if you're paying reduced price for it, it's bonkers. But that's that, and let's move on to the next game segment thing. All right, we have the Koala, and he's going to take second again, which again we want. We're gonna mulligan. There was not 2 searchers this time. Perfect. We have Lucky Roo on 4. We have a searcher. I want Beckman, so I'm gonna take this one. Really just want to dig for those Beckmans. I'm not that interested in my other top end at the moment. Interesting that he counters the first ring of life. I don't think koalas normally do that. Yasop is better than Lucky Roo, so we'll go with this. Well, this is kind of like I was saying earlier. These decks don't apply a ton of pressure early game. We'll drop these 2 to Robin if it comes down. Then we can shoot Robin in the face. Yeah. Bang. Oh, bang. Do I go 6-6 or do I go 5-7? I like 6, that's more. Yeah, so we'll get a 2K. We might get another 2K. But we at least got 1, right? That's pretty good. If he goes on a dragon next turn, we're fine. I'll just drop Shanks. And that gives us a big body. He's going Kuma, sure. I will 2K this, because we're going to go into Shanks this turn anyway. And it's going to draw us a card for his leader effect. There's almost temptation not to pop leader effect if we play this boss. But then he's just also losing value on his leader, and he's barely playing a leader, right? So we'll go 6. And, like, unless he's teching Susie and also has it in hand, he's not very likely going to remove this. Yay, more cards. And if he is running Susie, because he has to go 1 cost into Susie, he doesn't really have many... there's one down here. He doesn't have many, things after. Like, he can exactly attack this guy. Okay, he's gonna keep healing. That's fine. If he wants to kill my Yasop, he can this turn. I don't mind. I'd actually like to take a life this turn, to be honest. He's running Cat Curry. That's a fun card. He leaves. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, he's out of stuff to play, and we just draw into another Yasop that we can drop. This matchup's not, in my opinion, very difficult, especially because they will almost always take second, because they need to go second for their curve. And if they're not, like, if you go second, you can go, Lucky Roo on, you can go, like, up Shanks on 4, into a Yasop on 6, into, like, Yasop plus Ben Beckman on 8 to get rid of their 6-drop, whatever that they're going to place on 7. And, like, at this point, you're so ahead. And if you go first, you can basically just do this. They can't, they want to go 4-6-8, right? Even if they don't, even if they go 4-6-7, or if they go, like, 4-6-6, and they have Kuzan over to swing, they're probably going to swing at a body. And, like, it's just, you have so much life by this point because they play precisely on curve. And they're not costing cards out of hand because we're playing Shanks. So you can very, very freely just play these bosses anyway and take your own life because it just doesn't matter. That's always been my opinion of this matchup. I don't think it's super difficult. I think he could have played this game out. He's running low on cards, but I still think he could have played it out. I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to comment much more on that. I'm having a lot of trouble finding koalas tonight, so I hope these two half games at least provided the theory of how this matchup should work. Was he running Stussy? If he's running 4-cost Rebecca, I'm guessing he's not running at least many Stussies. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be running any Stussy. He's probably running 8 cat instead. But, yeah, I don't think Qualzar's matchup. This leader effect, in theory, sounds really strong into us, but it's not. It's not relevant a lot of the time. Unfortunately, for them. It's kind of funny, but yeah, let's move on. Well, that's every OP12 leader. What do I think about our matchups as far as OP12 leaders go? You're very favored into, well, you're favored into all of them. I genuinely don't think any of these leaders are posing a significant threat. Rayleigh is too low and very weak to Lucky Roo and all of our removal and can't really get over 9-cost Shanks or deal with it once it's on the field. Zoro's the hardest matchup, I'd say, but that's just kind of because he's a generically strong leader. I think because he's again capping out at this 8k power, it's rough for him to do a lot once these 9-cost Shanks are coming out for cheap. And if he's not deploying this card, he's losing a lot of value with his deck because he's not getting like this plus Paradise. And he can't answer the Rush Shanks unless he's teching in the 9-cost Shanks card that I believe is Slash type. Yeah, if they're teching in this, that's fine. But if they play this, they're not doing much else with their turn, right? Back to the OP12 leaders. We have Blue Kuzan. This is kind of scary, but if you can get one big body down and it doesn't get red rocked, you're in. They can't remove multiple big bodies, and they can't swing at multiple big bodies. And because, again, their entire engine's capping out at 8k, you're just going to get to play like super cheap 9-cost Shanks half the time. And that's a recurring thing with this OP12. 9-cost Shanks is incredible into OP12 because you're getting value into it or out of it in every matchup besides like Sanji, I think. Sanji's a bit more focused on your rush and mostly your rush. If you see a lot of Sanji locally, maybe add one more of these. I don't know who's seeing a lot of Sanji locally. This is a very niche deck. It's not a bad deck, but it's a very niche deck. It doesn't seem like super popular considering its playstyle is so drastically different from the rest. Koala is interesting, but like I said, they play on curve so heavily that if you give them second, they just won't swing at leader until you can drop your 9-cost Shanks. And then you can take a life, but at most you're going down to 3. And playing a 9-cost Shanks and going down to 3 life does not seem like a bad deal to me, right? And again, they can't answer this unless they're running Stussy. And Stussy is, frankly, unsearchable, first off. And because all their searchers put into trash, it's kind of hard to see unsearchable cards because you're going to mill them instead of bomb deck them. But also, even if they do see this, they need to have setup for it, which they often will, but still. And then for the final leader of OP12... Was that all of them? Oh, no. We skipped Rosinante. I missed Rosinante. Well, actually, we'll just pull up OP12 again. Please don't crash on me, Sim. Thank you. Where is he? Here he is. He was over here. I was looking at the right. Yeah, Rosinante, again, he's going to be capping out at these 7-cost 8k bodies. And again, decks that cap out at 8k bodies were incredibly strong in 2 because 9-cost Shanks chains. I'm repeating myself, but it's just, frankly, how this works. These bodies are not big enough for us to worry about, but they are just big enough for him to worry about playing. And if he's not playing these, he's losing. It's his best body into us is this 6x7k blocker because it can't get Beckmaned and it doesn't allow us to cheap play. And this Kuma, I don't personally run this Kuma on the deck, but Kuma's fine. You can get through Kuma by going Yasop into Beckman whenever. That works super well. But yeah, that's the OP12 meta. We covered all the leaders. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this informational. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below or through Discord. Just Schmep. That's my little tag name. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time.